Isn't that what they call what those kids do with those trucks?
Squat?
Mm-hmm. When they're like sitting like this.
Squat. And they're like fat tires. Yeah, no, but you can do it in New York for free.
Yeah, dude. You can do it anywhere for free, really.
Well, you know about the system, right? You know how to do it?
I honestly don't know how to do it.
So, squatting, it's like, especially, let's crack them.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
I hit the delayed. I want to hear both. Oh, we never cheered. We cheer sometimes.
Sometimes we cheers.
Sometimes we cry.
Sometimes we cry. Sometimes.
Yeah, man. Squatting, all you have to do is literally get a piece of mail sent to the house. You can sign up for, like, Titty Magazine.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
You can just get it sent there. They're like, no, I live here because look at all these porno mags I got sent here.
It's proof of residency.
Yeah.
So, like, when you go to get your license, they're like, you have to bring a utility bill or a phone bill, you know what I mean, with your address on it.
So you can literally have your license,
you're going to have to change your
ID.
address.
Yeah.
Is your address here?
Man, stop talking about that, man. Stop talking about that, man. They're listening.
He's like, dude.
Look, I lost her for a second. She came unplugged.
Who?
No help. Lamelon Lexi.
Oh, I was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I thought you were talking about inanimate objects as your friend. Like, look, I almost lost her for a second. I was like, your Xbox? I was like, I mean, she looks stable.
No.
She
My
looks like
imaginary
she's
friend
stable.
over there. She's sitting in that chair. You see? You see her? You see her,
the
right?
lamp on the floor is kind of creepy.
It's like, no, he likes you. He's just, that's how he is with people.
This is how you would live if you lived by yourself.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. There's an
They're
Xbox, a longboard, a Milwaukee tool bag.
Can you?
Can't use tools.
Can you?
No tools in it.
Yeah, dude,
No tools. It's just like a rubber
Storage.
chicken. It's like it's like a rubber chicken, like a grinder, and like a Barco's 25 off 5 off 25 coupon. You're like, dude.
I'm like,
and you're the guy that's always like, don't throw that out, man. We might use it. Never gonna use it.
It's like just like a homeless Carrot Top.
Yeah.
He doesn't do bits with them. He just has the bag.
Just has the bag. You're like, you never know. You never know. That's like holding on to shit. I've been like,
yeah,
definitely over the years, like trying to get rid of more shit.
Yeah.
Well, as I've moved around a little bit, I definitely have always like been like you never know, just keep that. Yeah, you may use it one day, and then I'm like, dude, fuck that. Fuck.
Oh, you just been tossing it?
Well, like when we went from the apartment to the house, I got rid of a lot of shit. And I was like, why do I have medium-sized shirts? Let's be real. I will never be in a
Don't you still have like
shirt.
a wooden turtle?
Yeah, my dad made me that, though.
Okay, sorry.
That wasn't just like a...
That's all right.
That wasn't just like a...
He said...
I got this at the fucking pawn shop.
He said, my first girlfriend gave me this double-sided dildo, man, so it's pretty sentimental.
It stinks. But, like, I sold my snowboards, got rid of them. I was like, I'll never snowboard again. Why the fuck am I going to hold on to $400
And it's not because of your knees. Your knees are great, right?
It ain't because of the knees. It's because I'd rather sit down. I'd rather just sit down
They have
somewhere.
bicycles you can take down the ski slope.
Or do we say if I get like a wheelchair with like some skis?
Yeah, ski wheelchair.
That's the next version of American physical fitness or like outdoor sports. It's just everything in a scoot with
it's
like
ableist if a fat person can't do
stuff
it.
on it. Yeah.
You have to make them capable of doing it.
Oh, dude, you want to go on a hike? Nah, I'm good. You can get me like a little like wheelchair that has like some sick tank legs or something?
Yeah. Yeah, through the woods. You're like,
dude,
hey,
I'm
watch
hiking
me
now.
Watch me ride over this log. You're like,
I'm like, dude, the damn squirrels keep taking my M&M peanuts, man. Stop.
Yeah.
But no, I got rid of the boards. I got rid of a bunch of shit when I moved. I didn't realize how much stuff I had accumulated over the years through
yeah, you do accumulate it.
Alcohol and drugs.
You see Marie Kondo?
I don't know who that is.
She's like some popular organizer, and like her whole like thing that she does is for like you to purge your stuff, become like minimalist and all those things.
Okay.
With all your materials, and then you're like, you thank it for its joy. You're like, thank you for the joy you gave me, and then you send it off.
Jesus.
That's what it is. Super Eastern. Super nor'eastern coming in with southwest winds.
No, that's kind of like, they're like that with everything though. Like everything on the animal they use, you know what I mean? Fucking, they don't waste anything, and I think they're like very appreciative of everything.
Yeah.
We're just kind of like, does it go in the blue bin or the green bin? Because I'm trying to throw this shit out.
Right. They put those bins together, I heard.
Oh, they probably make them.
No, all those things where it's like, this is for different things. I think they just put them all together.
Oh, yeah. Like, this is the glass, this is the plastic, this is the metal, and then it gets to the facility, and it's just all one pile.
Let's mash it together.
They're like
idiots.
Yeah, it's fucking, what is that? Just like,
it's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The era's over.
It's like
this is the era of information.
It's like if you think you're doing a good thing, it's like a placebo. It's like, oh, I'm good. I recycle, but really, it's like just going to the same spot. It's like, hey, if you make them feel good about their decisions on a daily basis, they'll listen.
Yeah,
to everything we tell them.
Yeah. Also, pump them. You make sure they're caffeinated.
Oh yeah, and make sure filled with plastic
and nicotine.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, well, they stopped doing the tobacco stuff. Well,
I don't know why.
Just put the nicotine in a piece of bubble gum.
I don't know why everyone keeps shooting everybody. It's not like they're just like nicotined all up all day. Hey, I like these little white pouches that are the powder inside of them. We have no idea what it is.
They're like the average, the average like citric acid intake of the person.
I can't fuck with those.
Those
Zimbabwe's.
I saw them at the gas station the other day. I was like, I could try it.
I have an urge every once in a while. I'm like, maybe I'll get a pack. But every time I do, I've probably bought like 2 cans in my life of those. And every time I do, I instantly am like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. Something about it doesn't hit. I'm like, I kind of feel it, but I don't. But
yeah,
is it good? Is it not good? And I also don't know how people just have that shit in like all day long. Like, oh yeah, I use like a can a day. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they don't realize.
I'm like, dude, you're frying. You're just
shun, 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 shun. Shun, shun, shun.
That's like a flashbang grenade, just 24/7.
You're like, good morning. You're like, it's like,
huh?
I did start watching Band of Brothers again.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the show that was
HBO
on HBO
series?
Yeah. I never saw that. That's
like
funny you said that. Someone else just texted me literally like a day ago and was like, yo, have you ever seen Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
I've seen it.
It's great. Been on the bucket list.
It's great. I'm rewatching it because it's great.
What are you watching it on?
Netflix, I think.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because I was thinking, I was like, homeboy that texted me, I know he doesn't have HBO. I was like, how the fuck is he watching that?
He says, a Russian illegal stream.
Oh, yeah. What's the new one everyone's using? It's like a new one everyone's using, and they saw LeBron James sitting courtside on the show on his phone. And they were like, yo, the motherfucker's streaming he was like watching the Eastern Conference Finals, but he was streaming like the Western Conference Finals on his phone because they saw the website that he was on. If it's called like StreamFast or something, they're like, yo, Bron's using StreamFast courtside.
No way.
Works in the NBA. Dude, illegally streaming the NBA.
No way, dude.
Because someone like stood over him and like took a picture.
Can't even give him the NBA all access account.
Money, dude. Bottom line.
Come on, brother.
Bottom line. He said, dude, I forgot my login. Just go to the stream site, dude.
Says, I dropped my phone. This is a temp phone.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
But speaking of Band of Brothers, hope you're ready to enlist because World War III is coming.
Yeah?
You don't think
Russia,
so?
Ukraine.
You don't think so?
Russia, Ukraine.
Dude, it's been getting wild. I think there's a lot of weird shit going on right now.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of weird shit. Yeah, but it's
Don't get started.
It just keeps like, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like it was like turned up a little bit, and then COVID was like really a lot, and that was like overreach. But now like it almost feels like globally things are just getting like everyone seems like they had Russian ships like 30 miles off the coast of Florida the other day, and we had to deploy Navy warships out there and be like, yo, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we're just like exercising, like trying to see like, you know, the capabilities of our fleet, like how far they can go and shit, you know, training. It's like, why are you over here? You're 30 miles off of Florida. That's not far at all.
That really happened? I didn't hear about this.
That was like a couple days ago, like maybe 3 to 5 days ago.
Okay.
They had the Navy had to deploy warships, like the big dogs, out to Florida.
They were like, back up, son.
And they were like,
back
what
up,
are y'all
son?
doing? And Russia wasn't like pretend like hiding or anything. They were just like, we're just training. And they're like, training for what? They were like, you know, exercise, military routine. Just in case. In case of what? They're like, no problem. We can go home.
Stop, dude. We have what we need.
Cuba's there though. Cuba's a communist country, so.
Well, that's all about that.
That was like the whole
Fidel
Fidel thing.
the...
Yeah, but it was just weird. And so them motherfuckers were like right over there by Florida, and we had to fucking go out there and be like, "What's good?" And again, they didn't start shit. They were like nothing, just chilling. But then that's like seeing someone in your driveway, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Standing in your driveway," and you're like, "Why?" They're like, "Just wanted to see what it was like here." And you're like, "Can you get out of my driveway?" And they're like, "Yep." And you're like, "That was fucking weird."
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Exactly what it is.
That's kind of weird, dude.
He's like, well, I'm not really technically in your driveway. I'm still on the sidewalk.
They're not in
the sidewalk.
Yeah,
so like,
actually, the first 4 feet of every driveway belongs to the municipality of the city. You're like, okay, dickhead.
You're like, all
get
right,
the fuck out of here.
Right.
Mister, go read some more laws and sections.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, I wasn't really in your house. It's technically the city's property, the sidewalk. And you're like, okay, this is technically the city property too.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Get shit.
Yeah.
Get shit. 2 doll hairs.
Yeah, dude.
And then Saudi Arabia, I think like yesterday or the day before, we've had like a 40-year, 50-year contract with them. It's like decades long.
Okay.
That they sell I'm going to fuck it up, but they sell their oil in US dollar like increments like that's what they use to trade.
Their base value. Yeah.
All right, so that's right. They're like, oh, since everybody's on a different fucking pace, like different pay scales, we use the US dollar currency
and that makes it a big deal.
That it's a huge deal. We kind of get like a kickback from that and all that bullshit, and they sell us a fuck ton of oil, and they use the dollar as their currency to trade with other countries.
Right.
They just switched, and they declined to re-sign their contract, and they took going with China.
Did they?
They did. They're like, we are now going to be selling our oil in Chinese currency. No longer.
Because they have all the tech money.
Yeah.
So they're getting up all the resources to make China.
And that was like the first time, and like
that's
I said,
it.
It's like 30,
it's literally
40
like,
years.
what's that game, Stratego or whatever? Damn
Risk,
war games?
I think it is.
It's like all those games.
It's like where you have to conquer territory.
It's like, hey, look, they have all of these resources. So once we get that resource, they're gonna be strained, and that's when we attack. And we're like,
put that a little straighter. Put that a little straighter.
No.
Your army does this.
Stop, dude.
Hoy!
Stop.
Chips ahoy! That's America. Chips ahoy!
Damn, dude.
So yeah, they were like, yeah, we're no longer trading in the dollar. We're trading in, I guess, yen it is. I don't know if the Chinese use yen. Is that what they use? I know Japan does, but I know that obviously it's 2 different countries. I just don't know if the Chinese... Do they use yen? Where's China's currency? Ask her. She don't understand me.
She's not here.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't lose her.
No, yeah. I said
oh, you did lose
unplugged.
her. Oh.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Later, Maxa.
Yeah.
But, so again, those 2 things, like nothing
big deal.
Physically, like
deal,
nothing like bad, but just like it's not.
But that's what you got to realize too. They get all these resources because they own all the African mines.
Yeah,
China already
to make all the minerals.
Yep, they already
not to make minerals,
but
they
get all that stuff. That's how they make all those chips.
Yeah,
and so, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but
it's all good. But I was listening to. I think Joe was talking to somebody, and it was that like the next big thing is. I think it was like the thing that they're racing to. God damn it! I just lost it. But whatever that whatever us in China are trying to get to, it's like they have more. Oh, AI. That's what it is.
Oh.
The first people to make like the craziest AI possible, right? Like AI already exists, but to try to reach to a point where the AI can just do everything, you know what I mean? Apparently China has the computing power with the amount of servers and like modems.
Right.
But they lack chips. And apparently we have the majority of the chips in the world, but we lack the computing. Like we don't have the grid or the server rooms or buildings set up to compute the kind of AI. So it's like they have the flour and we have the sugar, but we both need flour and sugar to make cookies. You know what I mean? And it's like that's what the war is right now about. Like who can get to who can get the AI that can like Cortana.
Okay.
Who can get there first? I guess that's like super AI or whatever.
Okay.
The AI we're using right now apparently is just
basic,
super basic compared to what they're really aiming for. Like what we have now is like what the Wright brothers were testing in Carolina, and they're trying to get to the fighter jet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
And the first country to achieve fighter jet is going to be dominant. Like, again.
Well, I think that's what I remember I was going to say was about, some country that forces their people to do shit.
Yeah.
Is it going to come into some place like this where there's a lot of people that are like pacifist?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I stand against this violence. I will never hurt you. We are but humans together. And that's when like head chopped off.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, why are you doing this to us? They're like, we're being forced. Like, better you than me. Head off.
Sorry.
They're like, they love those swords. They came hot on the coasts and chopped off everyone's heads.
It's like, listen, it's either we both lose our head or you lose your head.
So
either way, heads are rolling.
So I learned how to get really good at cutting heads off for my impera.
Oh, really? They just were like, do you want to do it?
For my leader.
They just start killing themselves. But no, dude, it's a race. We're in another race now. Like the race in the fucking, 70s and 80s was the space race. And the 90s and 2000s was the internet.
I told you, we're going to have something that brings humanity together eventually.
Oh, I know.
It's going to happen.
It's going to be that chip that we all implant into our brains, and then we all end up on the same wavelength, and we realize that everyone thinks like,
they're like, we are the trees, man.
Yeah.
We are the trees.
That's that shit that like Terrence was saying, like everything has consciousness. I fucked that word up so bad.
Because it's
say that word for me.
Consciousness?
I cannot. Consciousness.
Consciousness.
This is what happens when you go to community college, children, not a university.
You can't speak or write.
I know. I definitely know I have a speech impediment and probably have to go to a therapist for that eventually in my life.
Yeah. You probably won't, though.
I don't know. I think I will.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. My therapist is Coors Light, dude.
Yeah, no, for
Mountains
real,
are blue in this office.
It's easy, though. You just drink some Coors Light, Blue Mountains, and then you can understand it on a scientific level.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It's gibberish.
No, for real, though. If you sit and talk, I feel like it makes you open to learning new information. Yeah. And then so if you just make that information valuable, and you can call it academic, it's way easier. Like an apprenticeship.
Mm-hmm.
Like that level of learning. To where it has to be done that way. That's where you have Socrates and Aristotle. Or Plato, one of the two. I can't remember now. But it's like, yeah, people pass down that shit.
Yeah.
Has to be
wisdom, knowledge.
Yeah, wisdom and knowledge is over.
UltraWisdom.
Dude, it's controlled by the government right now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with these platforms. Elon Musk threw a wrench in it.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. Freedom of speech, you can pretty much do everything on there. It's like, I'm not going to censor a lot of things, so you're actually going to get what people are thinking if they use it in that way.
So do they just not completely censor anything on there anymore?
It's like, what would happen?
I don't use X. I've never been.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how they don't censor. I don't know the difference of
what do you mean
what
you
it
don't
is.
Understand it?
I mean, I just don't know. I know he bought it and he made it so that you don't get shadow banned. It's the same. It's and he's hard on bots. Fake,
I heard they said that you can just legit put porn up there now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
I'm not trying to be funny. I think legit now you can just post a video of just that shit getting railed out and it doesn't even get taken down no more.
No, what is it was Tumblr? Isn't that what it was called back in the day? Remember that?
Yeah, or Tumblr.
It was kind of like that.
I know we used it a little bit, not much. What was the thing you used to click and it would generate something and give you? Was it Tumblr? There was something else we used.
Yeah, you're thinking something
that
else.
was funny as shit, and we used to click it, and it would give you some random shit. And you'd be
but see, that's the thing is we're so connected on that level. If the government tries to take over, or do anything, it's they would have to take over that server. They would have to. It would be like you would hear it on the news. It would say, "Hey, the government just took over this building."
Who really gets their news from Twitter? I mean, is that a reliable source? Do people, again, I'm not a user, I have an account, but I might check it once or twice a year randomly because they'll be the only way to stream this game is on X. That kind of shit happens.
Well, see, I knew
But is that a place where you really can go?
People that get banned in other platforms, they're not banned there.
Yeah.
Things that are banned on YouTube are not banned on Twitter. That's how I understand it.
But are people going there to find the truth? Like, is that like a platform that you're like, oh, I really want to know what's going on, so I
think
go
that's
there?
how Elon Musk
like
wants it to be.
portrays it.
Yeah, so like
But
imagine
how much
if
of the
there's
shit
some
on there
propaganda.
is truth?
I know you've seen the edit of all of the news stations saying the same thing during COVID.
Yeah.
And it's like
We
all
at
yeah.
Channel 5 Detroit News
And they
promised to never whatever the script was.
So it's happening, and so people can recognize that and then go to the other one like Reddit. It's like Reddit almost.
Yeah.
That's how it's like.
That's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, and that's how it's got to be because you're going to have
that's kind of hard to filter
naked,
through.
Yeah, you're probably going to have naked shit.
But not
and
even
you're
that.
Have
Like, you could just go post anything you like. You could just say anything.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where you really need to, I guess. I mean, that's a good place to have because that means you really can post whatever you want, but also can kind of be like deceiving if someone isn't.
They're just shit posting.
Yeah. And also too, if people aren't really like gonna do their independent research and really look into some things, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, did you know that this is made of this?" And it's like, "Oh, I saw it on Twitter," and it could just be complete goddamn lie.
I know you saw the King Charles,
the painting,
the devil painting.
I can't believe shit like that's real.
He's like, it's Baphomet.
That shit can't be
right there.
That shit's so crazy.
Yeah,
like. Don't you feel like sometimes like they're just legit fucking with us?
Who would do that?
Can you imagine if
I'm telling you,
bought a big, beautiful home and you were like, hey man, I want you to come over. We're going to have a little housewarming. Oh, and by the way, we got a nice, beautiful family portrait painted of our family and what's above the mantle. I can't wait for you to see it. It cost us thousands of dollars. And we came over and it was you and your family like, just like that. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Dude, so I'm going to ruin it for...
fuck, dude?
I'm going to ruin it for everybody. It's a book by Arthur C. Clarke called Childhood's End.
Okay.
And the whole premise is that this world culture, they have to let religion die.
Who's it by?
Arthur C. Clarke.
Okay, sorry.
And so UFOs, these massive UFOs, hover over all the major cities of the world. And they just stay there.
Okay.
And they're just there. And they don't do anything. But we know they're there.
Can we see them?
Nope. Okay. They're just in the UFOs. And then so one day they communicate with one human.
Okay.
And that human gets to communicate with them.
Is this fiction?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like science fiction.
It's a story.
It's like science fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they communicate for however many years, and I think maybe even like there's a person who succeeds them, a person who succeeds them, or whatever. It's like generational, and it's like, oh, no, you're the human that we talk to. Blah,
you're the
blah.
communicator.
Right, and on whatever level to where they have to let religion die, because when they reveal themselves to humanity, they look like demons. They're like the devil. They look like how someone would assume that's a demon.
Yeah.
And then they literally come down and they just read all of our libraries. They hang out in our libraries. They read our books. They study our culture. And they literally take catalogs of humans. And like I said, I'm ruining the book.
Well, yeah, you already announced it. Spoiler alert.
So then they're doing this whole thing because they know that the Earth is going to die. And everything on Earth is going to die. So they're cataloging everything and taking it back to their planet as a museum. They do that with planets.
Like a history lesson. Like,
they do it with planets.
These things exist.
They're like, look, that's that planet. Yeah. That's what happened there. They learned how to collide atoms into each other and explode them and started bombing each other with it. Whereas look at this other one, they did it and they learned how to just immediately have unlimited. Everyone has unlimited energy.
Well, it's like in the movie Superman. Like if you go to that planet wherever he's from, it's like a super human race that has insane technology and
that's where, dude, it's
they live on like that planet that's really uninhabitable because of the technology they have.
Right.
They can like survive there. Mm-hmm. Like
the crazy thing is like all that science fiction stuff eventually comes true.
Or
it's
not
like every single
eventually
time it
comes true. It's just there's so many. It's like so infinite out there. It's like how is it not true?
But it's like all these things like that people think up.
It's already exists or has happened.
Right. But if they're thinking it up, it's like probably going to happen.
Or is actually out there already. It's kind of like there's no original idea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's when you get patents. And you're like, I have 27 patents.
You're like, this This microwave made out of rubber chickens. Cooks mac and cheese in 30 seconds, dude.
And I patented it.
We're like, dude, instead of trying to invent things to help us survive for the long term, we're like, this is my pillow. It'll help you sleep way better at night.
They're like, you know what I love?
You're not going to get one chop slap. You're going to get 2 chop slaps today.
That's why you said, Sharks, what we are doing here is we're making dog beds for humans. They said, I love it. $100,000 for 10%.
I get a 2% royalty on every dollar.
They're like, you got a deal, Mr. Wonderful.
It's like, now, as seen on HGTV, dog beds for humans.
They're like,
y'all remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl? That shit's been killing me, dude.
Waterboy is probably one of the
it's one of the
best
ones of all
slapstick, yeah.
Bro. How funny is it going to be when they're like looking at that catalog, like, this is what happened on that planet, and they're like, you guys remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl? They're like, that's what they were like there? And you're like, yep. They loved water and Gatorade.
Dude, well, I'll ruin it again for you.
What if they watch those things not knowing they're movies? They think that's like a real,
no, that's how it is.
Like video.
That's how it would be.
They're like, check out this home video we found from this planet. It's this guy who's retarded, whose mother thinks he can't play the devil's sport, but he sneaks off and does it anyway and tells her he gets beat up by a gorilla while he's dating some chick that lives in a trailer park who goes to jail constantly and takes his lawnmower and jacks it up, and then they win the Bourbon Bowl. You're like, that planet must have been fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Or they're like, thank God they're dead.
Yeah, they were.
Thank God.
But ants.
That was a waste of life.
Stop.
We're like, dude, you know you can get 2 things of nacho cheese at 7-Eleven for your chips?
Well, dude, that's like, just think about humor.
Oh, dude,
think about
so
humor on a scientific level.
Oh, it's like hilarious.
Laughing. Think about, you're just a meat sack that's just like,
You're like, supersize it for 50 cents, please.
Your body is just laughing. You're like,
shit,
what is it even doing? How is it good for you? They say laughing's good for you.
It's probably a way to deal with the fucking stress and trauma.
Of mortality.
It's probably your body being like, I'm trying to calm myself down by laughing so I don't have a heart attack.
Yeah, because I just thought about that I could die.
We're designed to survive.
Right.
So you gotta think, when we were living outside, we probably were stressed as fuck 24/7, right? So we told stories and sang songs to be like,
no, think about slapstick shit, like just taking
to kind of relax for
taking a stick and just smacking somebody in the back with it, and just
or a
snapping
fucking
over
bear
them.
walking up on you and eating you and your family because you live outside in a fucking stick house.
Yeah, no, smacking your friend next to the fire while y'all are drinking fermented poop.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
just having a blast.
You're like, we huff this poop.
It's real good. Like, listen, we just saw all of our families get eaten by saber-toothed tigers last week. We're gonna fucking kill ourselves if we don't lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's probably like a mechanism the brain developed to chill the fuck out.
Well, then that's where you say, like, you can more totally imagine someone interacting with a plant in nature and having some experience that opens their mind in a different way. And so, like, evolutionarily, as humans, that's really what did it. Like, that's what the magic, what are they, like the magic mushroom theory or whatever, where that's like what unlocked the human brain to be able to contemplate
all that type of like mold and
and
spores and like fermentation, like a lot of those crops and a lot of that stuff when they were mixed or got old or something produced like a byproduct, which obviously caused the brain to act differently. And that's when motherfuckers were outside and they were like, man, them berries we ate? Yeah, like, I don't know why, but I really think I've been talking to these trees for a while, brother.
And then someone's like,
and it's like because them motherfuckers had some kind of a chemical reaction that they didn't have, or it just never had encountered, or in them because they were in a different region, or shit was old or bad. It just caused that thing to happen. So yeah, dude, you got to think that, you know, a lot of that shit, those kind of encounters were just based off of pretty much poisoning ourselves.
Yeah, well, I think like there's a lot of different like of those bacterias and fungus that like it can travel through space, and they say it's like not of the Earth. Yeah. So it has like came here from an asteroid from another planet.
It's like some spore or something that they found in space.
Yeah.
And they know that it's like not from here, that it traveled from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think all the meteors and shit that have hit the Earth over hundreds of millions of years. They got to have something on them.
Well, you don't think there's some ancient history that humans don't know?
How would there not be?
I feel like there is.
That's what I'm saying. How would there not be? There's
right.
Like 100%.
It's like there was like a great reset.
You think we know everything?
Isn't there like stories
There's
of
like
something
multiple.
called the Great Reset?
Yeah, it's the
I guess like the flood. The flood.
I mean, but dude, we know that there's been multiple ones.
Right.
But how do we know how many?
Right.
You know, they can say how
it's like
old
the
they think the
Men in
Earth
Black
is.
thing for
Yeah.
for humans.
It's the fucking just stare into this thing real quick, the flash, and you're like, okay, what happened? And you're like, oh, you're gonna go to JCPenney, get you a couple dresses, honey. You're gonna get 2 lobsters. You don't need that, man. You'll be fine. Go out to the bar, have a good night, and you're gonna pick you up another guy. And she's like, when Edgar leaves her.
Yeah, and then he said,
But
keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
He said, okay, man, hold on.
Jesus Christ, Will. We just had shrimp cocktail last night.
Jesus. It's like, Will, relax, brother. You're in the front row. I mean, she must have pissed him off before that night, and he just has had it.
Man, dude, what a crazy stuff. Back to him, dude. Back to him, because he's just did Bad Boys, dude.
Yeah, I saw him walking out of a movie theater. He went and saw it.
Yeah.
There's like a
What
movie,
is he, like 70 years old?
He's definitely got to
like
be in his
50
late 50s, early 60s. But apparently there's a movie theater in California that whenever he does a movie, he goes there and sees it like on a Friday.
Like with a hoodie on?
And a mask and everything. And then, like, after the movie, he walks out and he's like, I hope y'all like that movie as much as me. And they're all like, shit. Shit. That Will Smith.
That Will Smith. I can't get picked.
And they're like, gang, baby. They're like, yo, slap me. Slap me. That's what I would have said. I would have got shit slapped out of me. But no, it's pretty cool.
Can I get slapped by Will?
Yeah.
Can I get slapped by Will?
But, dude, how funny would it have, because, like, how funny would it have been if, like, during the movie, everyone was like, man, this fucking movie sucks. Boo. And he's just sitting there like,
And it's like on Tuesday night or something. It's just a
it's
random
like
night.
he goes on like a Friday at noon, like a matinee, John, when like it's not that packed, but it was.
So
packed.
it's only like 12 people in there.
No,
bro.
it was packed. Which again, you don't think that the people there probably don't know that something's going on when there's cameras set up and like I don't know, maybe they just oblivious, but still,
everybody's YouTuber these days.
It's kind of probably that's probably just normal now, but. You know how, because when you watch the clip, they show some clips of him in the movie theater, like in there, and everyone's like, shit. You know? But like, what if it was the opposite? Do you think he would have taken his mask off at the end and be like, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Like, if they're
Yo,
like,
why don't y'all talk shit on my face?
What if it was quiet as a bitch the whole time? And they're like, man, he's a bitch ever since that fucking slap at the Oscars.
I'll slap you.
Man, this shit sucks. It's like, boo, I want my fucking money back. And then at the end, he walks out and he just keeps his mask on. He's like, that shit sucked like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it did suck.
Like, do you take your mask off when you leave if everyone boos that shit?
I don't think you can come back from that, Will, dude. You're always going to be slapped.
They look happy as a bitch, so like, that he was there.
Every year, you're always going to get asked about the slap.
I mean, I think if I saw Will Smith in public, I'd be like, dude, let me get a picture, bro. For sure.
And they'd say, hey, can you act like you're going to slap me?
I think he'd slap the shit out of you. But dude, I'm taking that slap.
What's his
I'm
wife's
taking
name?
that slap. Jada.
You could just say that.
I'm like, yo, hit me like Jada, baby.
No, just say, what did Chris say to make you slap him? Like, whatever it was. What was the joke? Just say that
He was
joke.
like, Jada looks like she's here to star in G.I. Jane too. Because she shaved her head. She had like no hair. Because she was in a movie called G.I. Jane like back in the day.
Yeah.
And he was like, looks like she's here to star in G.I. Jane too. Or some shit like that along the lines. And he was like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And like,
then,
okay.
But then he walked up afterwards.
Yeah.
He said it first.
No, he slapped him and then went down and said it.
That's right.
I think he went up because he was joking on her and he just stood up and he was like, oh, here he comes. What's up, man? What's up? And
he thought he was doing a bit.
And he was like,
he thought he was doing a bit.
And everyone was like, ha ha ha. Like, I think everyone thought it was a bit.
Yeah.
And then when he sat back down and then he was like, keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth. Everyone was like,
oh, shit. Big Willie style, dude.
Yeah. They're like, dude, Diddy must have been pounding him hard.
Got him bad the night before, dude.
They say that motherfucker's an FBI informant.
Oh, yeah?
The diddler.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's great, dude. I wouldn't doubt it.
You gotta think that there's probably a percentage of those people that end up getting into some trouble and then have to be a rat, because if they don't, they'll just go to prison forever.
Yeah.
So they just try to get dirt on everybody, and they have a fuck ton of it, and then the FBI raids your house and takes it all, and they're like...
Yeah. Epstein was like, y'all think y'all have more dirt than me? Nah. And they were like...
That dude was probably I bet you that dude in some way, shape, or form was a kind of an informant as well.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And that's why they had to kill him.
Right.
Because he collected all that shit on everybody, and then they were like, we need that stuff, because now we can fucking blackmail and control a fuck ton of people in politics and in big companies.
And then he's
but
like...
we gotta kill that dude, because he'll tell everybody that he was working for us. Hell yeah. He definitely was a pedophile too, but like at the same time, I think they were more afraid of him as an informant than more of like being a pedophile. You know what I mean? Like, dude, guy likes massages from 16-year-olds. It's fucked up. But he's got some shit on the past 10 presidents. He's got them in dresses with lipstick getting fucked by dudes on an island. I mean, that's some wild shit. Yeah, dude.
Who was that supposed to be? Who's the one with the lipstick and the dress?
There's a painting of somebody in a dress.
Who is it? Who's it supposed to be?
I think it's Bill Clinton. It's one of them. It's
supposed to be Bill?
I don't think... Is it Bill?
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
It's Bill. It's not Bush. It's not Bush.
He said, I like to play the horn.
Huh. I like the black community. We got them. Get them back to where they need to be. I'm a cool guy, I promise. But it's one of the presidents from the 80s and 90s that's just in a dress with lipstick, like, and that was one of the big paintings in the house, and people were like, what the fuck?
Damn, dude.
Huh.
Damn,
Can you imagine if you came over to my house and I had a painting of you in a dress with lipstick on?
You're
or
like,
what other people would think? Like if the FBI raided my house, they'd be like, that's the guy who does the podcast with, right?
Stop.
They're like, yeah, why is he in a dress with lipstick? It's like, dude, that's a power sign or something. Yeah. That's a weird move.
Yeah.
Again, just like back to fucking King Charles and the devil painting.
But then that person...
So is he a demon?
No,
that connects to the aliens or something?
Right.
Is that what you were getting at?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I can assume, that they're on some alien level shit.
Did you see how they inverted the picture?
Yeah.
And it like was almost the same. It was like the same image from like some satanic textbook or something. It's like almost identical.
Yeah.
Is that coincidental or what? What do you think?
You're like, huh.
I mean...
It's like...
It's like if they take each corner and like rotate it the other way and like flip these two down and flip these two up. It makes like the perfect fucking like depiction of this demon in this book. You can see.
I mean, the thing is... The logic behind it is like, well... It's either just, wow, that's really just coincidental. And
like GTA says, anything in this game is purely coincidence.
It's like if you're flipping stuff and doing stuff like, eventually you're going to...
You can manipulate anything to look like something, right?
So, but the other end is like, well, you could assume that if there is some devil shit...
Why wouldn't they?
And you would assume that maybe that devil shit is like, yeah, guess what? You do have to put a face of that. You do have to put that symbol in there for it to work. Like, it doesn't work without it, buddy. And he was like, talking to the aliens, right? Hey, like but like they have the internet now, and then they figured this stuff out. Like, we can't do it like we used to back in 1226.
Yeah. Or 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't do it like 1960.
They weren't showing that shit on the news.
We can't do it in 1940.
They weren't showing that shit on the news.
1940? We can't tell everybody's bad just for looking different.
But that's what the weird factor is right now, is that we have so much resources, and the majority of the people, not majority, everybody in this world now at this point pretty much has instant access to everything. And the fact that we can share it like that, it's like now it's so obvious that it's kind of... Is that dead?
Yep. Yeah, dude, no, so that shit has got to be real, right? That's why it's been talked about forever, like, and that's where if you believe...
But like you just said earlier, is... Everything that's been thought of and created, like, pretty much been done. So
there's like
how is something seriously coincidental if it's already all been done? Like, couldn't me and you just draw the most craziest, fucked up, stupidest thing right now, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the same image from this thing over here, and we'll be like, oh fuck, we had no idea. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe.
What if there's just so many? What if everything? Like, what if there's 1,000 things that could be made and we've made 1,000 of them? Like, there's really just nothing else original now. Like, it's just a version of 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 a... And you could obviously make it look like some shit that's already existed before, right? Like, you see all the people that are coming out, like, dude, GTA fucking totally put me in this game.
Yeah.
It's like the swamp chick from Florida with the big tits and the blonde who's in the mud, and then
it's like they literally every
they find
single
the picture on
thing is
Facebook,
Florida.
and it literally looks exactly like that chick.
What about it?
Is that coincidence, or did they take it?
No, they took it. They took those.
Yeah, but that's what they put in the game. Anything coincidental is just by like anything that is like shares likeness in this game.
That's tough.
Is purely you see them. It's in every GT. I don't know if they put it in the couple first ones,
tough.
but the dude that's like the crazy guy that's like looks like Joker down in Florida because the game is based in Florida.
Yeah,
and he like made the videos like Rockstar. If you don't give me my fucking money, I'm gonna sue you. And they're like, we already have a thing.
Yeah,
in
when
there
you put it on the internet, you don't have. Once you don't even have you patented like the likeness of you.
You don't own the rights anymore to that.
To you.
No.
To who you are.
No. Once I take that picture off your Facebook and save it to my computer, that's my property now. Technically,
so
it's saved on my computer.
So how do you get you like trademarked? How do you get you?
I think that's what they're like. I think that's that whole verification thing they're moving towards.
It's like that's
like
mine.
Everything's got to be
like
verified.
When it goes here,
because once it's verified, it's now your property, I believe, because it's verified. You know how we switched over to the real ID?
Yeah.
Like our driver's license, like you had to prove you who you are, even though you're going to get a state license.
Yeah.
I think that's why all of these apps are going to like everyone gets a blue check because everyone has to be verified to eliminate. Because anyone that doesn't have a blue check.
Yeah, it's like you have a phone number.
You shouldn't even pay attention to them.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because they might not be real. Because if someone is verified, then we actually know.
That's them.
That they are a real person.
That's
and they
Donald
have
Trump
verified
on Twitter.
With two.
That's him saying
that. That is him. But really, it's just some chick that he hires to do all the tweeting for.
Yeah, but he probably tells her exactly what to say.
Yeah.
And he's like, make it all caps again?
Well, you saw the Biden house.
Sorry, you want to make it all caps again? He's like, that's the dumbest question.
Everything I say is in all caps.
Don't ever forget it.
It always has been. I only speak in all caps. No cap. All caps.
Write that. That's
She's
good.
like,
Stephanie, that's good.
Fucking damn it. Well, you see, they got that chick that's like the speaker for the White House, the black chick. I don't know her name, but like they got her tweeting on Biden's account, like as Biden, because she mixed them up. You know what I mean? Like from her own account, she was like, oh, the tweet she sent from her own account was legit like
from
I'm the president. You know, according to the latest polls, I should beat Donald Trump this year in the election. And people were like, what? And then, like, she had a tweet on the president's one that was like, I can't wait to take my family to the park this weekend. It was like, it wasn't that, but it was mixed up where you could clearly see that, like, this
She's
is
like,
supposed to be on this profile.
Oh, shit. Wrong profile.
She's like 2-for-1 feed pics this weekend only. Use code
GoBlue.
Use code vote or die, motherfuckers.
And he's like, and I thought that they wanted me to do that again. I thought they wanted me to do that.
Did you see the recent video? Homeboy frozen. He's just.
You've seen it went viral of them doing the Biden. Have you heard of that? Doing the Biden.
Oh, is that like planking or some shit?
No, well, yeah. So did you see where he was standing there and then he just like kind of went low? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the thing I saw was, I think it was like some Pride Parade shit or something, and like Kamala standing next to him, like, and there's some joyful song playing, and they're all like, yeah, like the whole crowd's like swaying back and forth, and he's like.
No, I'm gonna see if I can find it and put
it right here. It's like 30 seconds, and he legit no shit. Like everyone around him is like, and he's just.
Yeah, I think that's the one where he goes down.
Maybe it is, but dude, he just doesn't move, and you're like, bro, homeboy is.
There's so many of them.
Come on. There's so many, but it's like a new one every other week, and it's hilarious.
It really is.
It looks fake. It almost looks fake.
It's got to the point to where it is embarrassing.
It's got to the point where no one even cares anymore. They're just like, oh yeah, that's what the motherfucker acts. He's dead.
He's old.
You know, it at first was like, dude, this guy is deteriorating in front of our eyes, and it's sad. We got to get him out of there. And now everyone's just like, I mean,
he's almost there.
He's
almost there.
Another Frozen Joey B video? Nice.
Make it to November.
Nice.
They're like, as long as the Russians don't nuke us,
we'll
be able to keep making 400% on our investments, Nancy Pelosi. So keep them going.
Well, that's another reason.
You can follow her shit and just fucking.
I track it. I follow that account. It's like it follows all her moves and it posts them.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna invest.
It's like
with
24,000 shares purchased at 1469 of UAEO, and it's like, and then like 2 weeks later it'll be like sold at $92 a share. And it's like, dude, she just made $80 a share times 24,000 shares. That's like $400,000. It's like, god damn.
She's in.
They're like, yo, she's the greatest trader of all time.
They have said that.
No, like she's better than Bill Gates and who's the other dude that's notorious?
Notorious B.I.G.?
He dead. He did. Warren Buffett.
Okay, gotcha.
Warren Buffett. Like, he was always considered like the greatest trader of all time.
Invest in, yeah.
And she apparently is like, if he's batting a 300, she's batting like a 800, which is like damn near perfect.
Wow.
Like no one's ever been that good at trading. But this old lady from the Northeast is the boss.
Because she's in the government.
Yeah, because she's making all the moves. It's like having the other team's playbook. You know what they're about to run.
You don't know how to run what plays?
It's like, oh, dude, they're lined up in this formation. We know exactly what they're about to do. Just call this defense. It's like a 90% fucking success rate. You know, when everyone else is just guessing. Like, based off of what I see, it looks like this might go up. Let's take a chance. And they're like, fuck, it went down. We lost it.
Fuck.
But this bitch is just betting back to back to back to back to back to back to back winners. It's like, God,
how's her husband doing?
I don't know how that dude's doing. After that video of him getting
hammered,
swapped with that hammer, I think homeboy is...
He was snorting.
They got him in the fucking dark somewhere. They're just like...
He was snoring.
Yeah.
He was...
But
Snorlax when he played
the
flute.
That's another reason all this shit's going on right now too. Like with Ukraine, Russia, the ships off of Florida, Saudi Arabia not doing the fuel thing. Is that
because we're weak?
No, this is the conspiracy theory. You ready? Tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
That the Democrats are actually trying to start a World War III because apparently there's some law that during wartime you can't hold an election. Like during an active time of war, like they don't change. Like seats,
and so they're
there's
the
too
evil
much
cabal.
going on,
and they're the evil cabal.
And they're like, listen, we've already gave Ukraine $800 billion. Why would we do that?
But
so we can get involved in what?
Think about this:
a war. Why would we get involved in war? Because homeboy's not going to win.
You can do things different,
and when
during
you're
war.
During a time of war, you like you don't change like. You don't do elections. You don't change powers. It's too much going on right now to be focused on an election. I believe there's some kind of...
You can imagine, too, some people being like, Joe, sit down.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to stand for this meeting, Martha. Joe, you're going to sit down for this one because we're going to start World War III. You're going to be the head president who starts the war.
I don't even think they tell him. They're just like, yo... Go sit out here, say yes to the first question, no to the second question. Maybe we'll see where we're at currently next week to the third question, and then yes to the next question. He is scripted on his answers, bro. They don't explain any of that shit. He doesn't know where he is.
Wow.
Bro, I think that's why they give him them cards. They're like, the first question's going to be this. They don't tell him the question. They're like, after the reporter asks the first question, this is your answer. After the second reporter asks you this question, this is your answer. You know what
I just thought about? I was like, what if you just bombarded him? Like, he's got Secret Service. But if you were like, hey, can I take a picture with Mr. President?
You're not getting...
And they were like, sure, let him take a picture, right? And then you're like, Mr. President, what's your birthday? And he's just like...
fudge popsicles. And they're like, God damn it. Who was on this time? Who let him go?
Well, you see Larry again. Larry let him in.
You see him at all like the parties and stuff that they hold at the White House, like the Easter shit and all the like annual things they do. They always keep him moving. Like they don't let him stop and talk to nobody. Because the couple times they did in the beginning when he was president, he said some wild shit, like murmuring and like stammering, like not knowing. It was clearly like, huh? What are you talking about, dude? It's not what we asked you. And they were like, God damn it, y'all got to keep him on a leash. Like that's their handlers.
He starts saying some crazy stuff like about like witchcraft shit. That's what I like to think about. Like
he's like, well, if you take the Horofax, and you encrust it in salt, and then you burn rose petals over it, it will keep all of
evil
spirits out of the house.
Yeah, it brings the light in.
And they're like, Joe, the question was, were you looking forward to the 4th of July?
He's like, who gave him YouTube?
Yeah, dude.
We said no YouTube for him.
What if
he's
that's
like,
what they just
how to ward off evil spirits with crystals, and he just starts wearing crystals.
What if he's just in the Oval Office all day?
Something's happening to me, y'all. He just comes out. He cries out to the American people. He says, American people, this is my one and only... This is the one only thing I'm asking of you. Help me. They are controlling me and my mind. And then he's like, sorry, where was I?
They're like, Joe. He's like, help. He's like doing the secret Britney Spears shit in her videos where she's like blinking and doing weird hand signs. He's like trying to send a message subliminally to people.
He's like, I'm not trying to tell anybody outright, but play the last speech I did backwards.
I promise that I am okay. Like, yo, why are you blinking like that, dog?
They're like, did he learn Morse code off YouTube? He Morse coded with his eyes and put a secret message in that we're controlling his mind. That was Larry again. Larry slacking.
The fucking Google search is just...
Fire Larry, dude. He can't hold old Joe down.
The Google searches are just like, where do I get crystals? Where do I place crystals in bed? Do crystals on my forehead make me feel better? What if he thinks he's trapped by demons and he can't get out and they have him under a
Because
curse?
he is.
Yeah.
Because he is.
Yeah, bro. That guy is... They definitely drug him up, I think, to keep him like...
So you think they dumb him down?
I think so.
The drugs wore off. He's like, I started flushing him.
I think he's definitely...
His wife's like,
Joe.
Jill. She's like...
I definitely believe he's an old man who's not as sharp as he used to be, obviously. But I think they just
are playing
the meds.
Flush the meds. It's like, what are those movies where they...
It's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where they put the pill on their tongue and he says them all and like puts them in the pillow or some shit.
Yeah, wake up, dude.
Yeah, you can't keep taking them.
Joe.
I think they're fucking lobotomizing him and they're making it... he's a poor old guy, but he is our leader. And we're going to keep him in this house because he's done a great job for this country. Right, Joe?
Yeah. Uh-huh. But is this the ice cream shop?
Because when he goes to the debates, he's on fire.
Is he gonna be on fire at the debate?
I got it saved in my phone.
When is the date?
27th, 9 o'clock, baby, streaming. I'm watching that bad boy. Okay. It's him and old Donnie.
Okay.
And I bet you on that motherfucker, he ain't like, my fellow Americans.
He's
and you're like, damn!
He says, this guy's a liar.
And then Donald's like, you do not call me a liar. And then all of a sudden, like, a piece of Joe's, like, skin flap falls down. And there's, like, a robot under there. It's Terminator T-90 from the other planet. We're like, oh, shit.
No.
Oh, shit. And he's like,
Donald's like,
the humans.
Donald's like, I told you from the start, the Democratic Party, they're in cahoots with the robots, the aliens.
James Conner. He's back.
We've all seen it. Honestly, Arnold was a little bit better looking.
If Joe Biden ripped his face off a robot, like, would you be surprised? No. I kind of feel like we'd almost be like, God damn it, we knew it. It, like, wouldn't shock us. But, like, 20 years ago, we'd be like, Like, it would be chaos, but now I just think it would be like a meme on a shirt in a day.
You sons of bitches, you did it.
Like, yo, but by the time he walked out of the debate, they'd have someone on the corner selling shirts with Joey's face as the robot.
Yep.
It wouldn't even, like, it's another thing. It's like, I feel like our society just isn't surprised anymore by anything.
You know.
We're just like,
dude,
why not?
I'll give a little shout out to Terrence Howard joint.
Yeah, dude.
He's like on some revolutionary shit, I think, you know.
Yeah, man.
Whatever, even if people are crazy, like, that's what they think about all those people that changed the world, dude. They're just crazy.
They've been written off,
you know,
over and over and over
like
and over and over again. Like Tesla.
They're crazy.
The Wright
that's what you
brothers were
say.
Crazy.
They're crazy.
Franklin was crazy.
So they have that
Edison
going for
was crazy.
But then you look at it,
they're all crazy, right? Because they're the devil and they're coming up with weird ways that people don't do things normally. So they're wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then they die and leave all these journals and we study them and 200 years later we're like, oh, fuck, he was actually kind of right.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is like with history, as far as like the one that we can go back as far as we can see, there's like so many patterns because we do the same thing over and over again to each other. It's just, like I said, it's just different versions.
Well,
it's like, oh, they betrayed fucking Socrates and killed him. I don't know if they did, but like, did they think he was crazy at the time? All those guys, Aristotle, he was Socrates,
like
all that.
Yeah, blasphemy.
Yeah. And guess what? Now what is he in? Fucking every university out there teaching young minds like how to think outside the box, right?
He's probably a pedo.
I think they probably all are.
Yeah,
all
I think it was cultural
people.
then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it still is. It's just hidden. It's just not open anymore. They're not like, oh, you can't just take boys to the woods and fuck them no more like the Spartans did.
He said if you do, you have to go to one neighborhood
it's like, hey, we
Florida.
realize that's bad, but we're going to let the higher up still do it.
Yeah, but if you get caught on the low, then we have to send you to Florida. You have to live there because you can't do anything.
Oh, you have to be hung in a jail cell somewhere.
Yeah.
Or escape to the island where everybody that has disappeared in this world goes to.
That's right.
Michael Jackson, he lives there. OJ probably is there. Hitler's there.
Elvis.
B.I.G.'s there. Elvis. That's a
Tupac.
magic, dude. Just a crazy island filled with those people that just became too famous and too notorious.
And they're like in the Bible where the Lord takes them up, and they get the reckoning.
Picture. Like
they get the reckoning.
It's got like Harambe on it too.
Yeah, Harambe's up there.
Alrighty.
Yeah, dude.
That's a wrap this week, buddy. That's another one down. The next time you see us, I think we're going to have a little bit of a change of scenery.
You never know.
This might not look the same, and there's a reason why.
Yeah.
And it's because we've been squatting in this studio for, I think, a year and a half now.
Yeah, maybe you'll find out.
So maybe you'll see actually what's on the other side of that camera.
Yeah.
Because this is all you've ever seen. And the next time you see us, it's probably going to look different.
Maybe it won't. Maybe you'll never see. Because we've been pooping back there.
Oh, yeah. Wait to see the poop corner.
Yeah.
It's pretty disgusting. So, until next time, into the next studio.
What is the sponsor for the week, man?
Oh, the sponsor this week is a Squatty Potty.
Yeah, you use one?
Mm-hmm. I use one here in this corner in that bucket.
You have one in the house too?
Mm-hmm.
Because you live in a house.
I live in that house, but I squat in this place to do the pod.
You do fucked up stuff in the squat.
Yeah, because
we
couldn't afford rent for a studio.
Right.
And neither one of our homes was big enough to have a studio in it for a pod.
So we had
to found this abandoned building, but Richmond decided to buy it up and gentrify it and turn it into studio apartments. So we have to leave this motherfucker. But this week's sponsor is the Squatty Potty, and I have one here with the 5-gallon bucket over there in the corner. Pretty much the whole point of it is to raise your legs up, and it just gives it a little bit. It lines your colon up to your butthole.
Yeah.
It just doesn't force you to push as hard.
Yeah.
So that's our sponsor this week. It's given me a lot more relief from my little stools that I make, whether it's on the 5-gallon bucket or on the toilet.
Yeah, sometimes they come out like a little rabbit.
Yeah, they come
like
a little rabbit, or sometimes you just got to push a little too hard, and all that blood rushes to your head, and you start to feel a little weak and a little.
Some people pass out on the toilet.
That's how a lot of senior citizens die. Actually, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
The heart attack by pushing poops out.
So Squatty Potty helps them.
Yeah, because you don't have to push as much. It's like 60% less effort.
My great grandma, she had a mustache. You think it helped her?
No, she probably didn't need it because she had a mustache. So she was probably always tough as fuck.
Yeah, the colon works different when you have hair on your lip.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
Especially if you're a woman or have become one recently. So go to squattypotty.com, check it out, get one for your house. They come in different colors.
I like green.
I like pink because I can. Colors don't identify any type of gender these days.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter to you.
You can do pink, you can do blue. You can have whatever you want. They got rainbow. They got unicorn sparkle. They got the Pride Month special one right now that you can only get during the month of June. That one's 50% off because we should all celebrate our pride.
I think black's the most popular.
Yeah, the BLM one's really popular. So head on over there, grab you a Squatty Potty, type in code fucking Ultra, and be able to pick out one of the special edition Pride or BLM Squatty Potties for your other bathroom for your guests to use.
I think they discontinued the BLM. Sorry, I forgot to.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
All right, well, you'll probably be able to find that one on eBay, but you can't use a code for that. So squattypotty.com, code Ultra, buy one, get one special Squatty Potty for free. We'll see you next week, friends.
Later.